someone telling another woman, hey, stay home more, be content where you are. Like, here's what you should be thinking and feeling. Ain't no woman want to hear that.
No,
I don't want to. You don't want to.
There's that part of us too, is that when somebody tells you, be like, no, you're going to be more happy and more content if you stay at home and you're barefoot in the kitchen. And then you're almost like, I'll show you I'm not going to be content. And then let me go be boss babe over here for all the things. And then we just try to prove them wrong. And
and that's where, we've shifted this podcast season more to just the real talk and the conversation around it, because you and I have both walked both walks of life. And we wouldn't be where we were if it wasn't for what we did in the seasons that we did it in. And there's gratitude in that. And you have to have gratitude for what you've done with God in the season that maybe you weren't even in the right place.
Hey, housewives, come on in. You know the dirty dishes are still in the sink from yesterday and the laundry is still in the basket. Pop your AirPods in and make yourself at home here.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Tori.
And we are your Unlikely Housewives. Stepping out in faith and believing that God calls the unlikely, we are here to show you the appreciation and validation you deserve, lead you to authentic relationships, and release you of believing the cultural lies to restore your faith and wellness.
Pull up those high-waisted yoga pants, tighten your top knot, and reheat your coffee for the third time. Turn up the volume, and let's go. Hey, housewives.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm Tori.
I'm Tracy.
And we're your Unlikely Housewives.
It's good to do that every now and then.
It is. After 4 years, sometime we'll get it, right?
Mm-hmm. It's that word.
Yeah. That's the Texan, and that's your...
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. There's a lot of times you sound more Southern than I do.
It's just the country bumpkin in me.
That's it. It's not Southern, it's country.
Yeah.
It's country. So we were discussing... It's funny. In previous episodes, we've chatted about this, about how we came from two very different perspectives of you knew from the get-go that you wanted to be mom, stay-at-home mom, and do all the things. Hence why you have 4 children. And I knew I wanted to be a mom. Stay-at-home mom was not on my radar by any means. And that was kind of once we had kids, Andrew and I had that discussion. I was like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. And I kept essentially fighting being a stay-at-home mom the whole, I really would say probably maybe the last 10 years.
Because so what you're saying is this is a new Tori.
This is the new Tori
right now.
Yes. I am not real smart and I don't catch on quickly, hence why it's taken me 10 years. What I have found myself doing was in a hamster wheel of trying to chase what I thought was God's will for me. And because I am who I am and I'm real subtle and introverted, can we say,
No.
Which I'm not at all. But I kept trying to find affirmation and recognition outside of the house. And that is not where he wanted me. He was gracious enough to give me success in various places and businesses that I have done and have worked and continue to work at some point. But it never was fulfilling. I always thought it was the next level that needed to be that, okay, and then I'll feel it, versus today I can say hey, I'm not chasing a number for the print shop. I'm not chasing connections and networking for the print shop. I do it when it presents itself and I'm able to, but this is so weird to say, Tracy. I'm okay being at home and making sure that the kitchen is clean.
This is fun for me.
I know. And this is where she's allowed to say, I told you so.
No, I don't need to say I told you so.
I know.
Because I'm only going to say that when you cry sometime. Then I'll be like, see how good it feels?
Yeah, no, so it never feels good.
One day. That'll be my I told you so.
I'm just going to go, these are allergies.
Yeah, it is this revelation or whatever you want to call it. It takes time and it takes that personal journey. Like someone telling another woman, hey, stay home more, be content where you are. Like, here's what you should be thinking and feeling. Ain't no woman want to hear that.
No,
I don't want to. You don't want to.
There's that part of us too, is that when somebody tells you, be like, no, you're going to be more happy and more content if you stay at home and you're barefoot in the kitchen. And then you're almost like, I'll show you I'm not going to be content. And then let me go be boss babe over here for all the things. And then we just try to prove them wrong. And
and that's where, we've shifted this podcast season more to just the real talk and the conversation around it, because you and I have both walked both walks of life. And we wouldn't be where we were if it wasn't for what we did in the seasons that we did it in. And there's gratitude in that. And you have to have gratitude for what you've done with God in the season that maybe you weren't even in the right place, but he was still there. He never left us.
Yeah.
There were many things that, he worked through us in those seasons and made us very aware that, hey, we were trusting ourselves versus him, and we were being more materialistic driven or success driven, or just seeking that self, what did you say,
affirmation?
Affirmation, like, hey, look at me. While all of that can be healthy and in measure,
and I would say God uses it too. Like he used that season for myself to, like, as an extra income for our family and providing for certain things. And he used that for you as well. Like all those things that we were chasing and maybe, let's be honest, you and I wouldn't have met if we weren't chasing something 10 years ago. And that's incredible. And to think that 10 years ago, like, that's insane. But it's, what if God isn't asking us to move, but what if he's asking us to be grounded right where we are?
Yep.
And that's hard.
It is, because we have all of these people, social media, culture, like stories telling us that we're supposed to be something else. And there's no more peace than sitting down with your Bible and reading that you're exactly where God wants you to be. And that's something that we both have had to come to. Took you a little bit longer.
I'm slow and blonde. I can blame that. Yeah. You can't use blonde anymore.
No, I can't.
Only I can.
But I would say, though, that, there was fear in just being a stay-at-home mom and using that word just.
Oh, yeah. That word just is like, it's a scary freaking word.
Yeah. I was just reading a text recently. It was like an old text that I had sent somebody, and she had changed jobs, and she was like, it was something about, now I'm just a wife and a mom. And my text back was, just and wife and mom do not go in the same sentence. Like,
yeah,
they don't. But I would say that a lot of the fear that came around, like, stepping away from the job that I had, was just fear of, like, I failed, I couldn't do it, or I wasn't enough, or wherever. But I was going through a really hard season, and I just kept having a friend saying, just be where your feet are. Just be where your feet are. Show up for your family. Show up for your husband. Like, there was a lot of things going on in our home, and I just needed to be there. And I needed to let go of that guilt and that, well, I should be doing this and I should be doing this. And
didn't you feel like that you were falling behind
in everything?
Yeah. As friends were chasing,
and that was part of why I had to get off social media. I had to get off of social media because I was stepping away from something that was really hard to step away from, because it was all good and grand and wonderful. Like, it was great. It was just, I needed to lock in at home.
Yeah.
And I need to be very intentional, and I needed to quiet the noise so that I could just be in the word and fill me up so that I could pour out to my family in a really difficult season. And the more I did that, the more I played this tug of war game with my heart and myself of like, well, this is what I really feel God is saying. This is what I really feel God where he wants me to be. But then here's all of the success up above me, around me, below me, like all these people still doing well and chasing the next thing and chasing the next trip and doing all the things. And I did all that. And then I had to just lay it all down. Mm-hmm. And it was scary to lay it all down.
Hey, at least you got the trips. I didn't even.
It did. I mean, and there's so much gratitude.
I know.
You now, for a while, like there was I even had bitterness in my like heart. Bitterness that like, that's what I chose to do instead of be here for that. And it's like, the Lord wouldn't have allowed it if there wasn't purpose in it.
Yeah.
You know, and so he allowed so much. And so that's where the gratitude has come from. That's where the heart shift and heart postures come from. It's like, I had gratitude in that season and I'm grateful for where I am right now as well.
Yeah. And I think that's it's bittersweet. You know, we were talking about comparing it to raising children. It's like our kids, I can't hold any of my kids anymore. One, because they're practically taller. One of them is taller than me and the other one is not far behind her. And I held your daughter yesterday and
she's just a little peanut.
She is. But it was just like, I don't remember this. It's like you said, it's like, you don't remember the last time you picked them up. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh my gosh. Like they're babies for only.
You're not getting emotional, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. All right. Just check in.
Try. Good try. But like you're holding them as babies and then all of a sudden, you know, and then they're toddlers but God has that timeline perfect. He has a human timeline perfect because think if they were babies for longer than they actually are, whoa, we wouldn't make it. Mm-mm. And people wouldn't have more than one.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you need that perfect time because then you need them to be fun little human beings. Mm-hmm. And then they have to. And then also like the preteen years are not short enough and neither are the teenage years. Like, can we start college at 16? I think that's reasonable. Just throw them out of the house a little bit faster while they still hate me. But there's a purpose in each season and timeline mm-hmm. for it. Mm-hmm. And nothing's permanent.
Yeah.
Nothing's permanent. And the older I get, that sounds stupid. I am realizing
the wiser you become.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Hopefully, God willing. I'm realizing more things aren't permanent and things are everything is temporary. Mm-hmm. Nothing is forever. Your church home isn't forever. I can say I want to live in Kansas City forever and, you know, have my children back here and grandbabies. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like I have to hold everything with a loose hand and that's harder and at the same a little bit more freeing. Mm-hmm. Like I don't have to figure it out. Like, isn't it like once you actually have your own and you're like, oh, this isn't up to me. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, God has me where I'm supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to be. Yeah. If I'll only enjoy it.
Yeah.
Which some seasons are easier to do that than others.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've had quite the busy last 6 months, 8 months. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that was a hard season to enjoy.
Oh, yeah. Well, and just that like feeling unsettled, which I think both of us have felt this at different seasons, just that I was unsettled physically as we were moving and it was like, where are we moving to? And, you know, when we were in that process, but just the feeling unsettled. But the truth is in all of it, we were trusting the Lord because we knew that there was like pieces of that puzzle that needed to work out and they did. And so sometimes when you're in that season, you can't see it until you're just past it. And then you're like, that's what that was all about.
Yeah.
That's what, you know. And so I think the leaning into trusting him in those small moments sometimes feels like big moments when you feel really unsettled. And I definitely wasn't at the beginning of last year before all of this, which I think that was like I don't know. That was just, it was a storm before the storm because I didn't know what was coming. And I think that was just, you know, my unsettled heart, like I knew something was coming, you know, but didn't know.
Yeah. Well, and now as you're on on your way into a new season of being settled, into literally a new house, a new church, those things, you can see how God used the waiting and the preparation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For all of it. And I think the other thing too is I think about like your kids. Like your kids are going to remember this move.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they're definitely all old enough. I mean, they didn't, only a couple of them really understood the move. But when we moved 9 years ago, but before then though, like they don't remember any of it.
No.
You know?
I mean, as a kid that never moved, I mean, my parents are still in the same house that they were when I was in kindergarten. That was the same, right? But like your kids will remember like, hey, we took on something really hard. So we
did it together.
And we did it at a really inconvenient time.
Yes.
You know, like when this is not, anybody else would have said, just wait until.
Yeah. Wait until the kids are gone. Until they switch this school, or wait until this happens.
And you guys didn't because you
did that backwards.
Yeah. But I mean, your kids are going to look back and go, well, mom and dad made it because they were clearly trusting.
Yeah.
So what does being grounded really mean to you?
I think it's really just having my priorities in line, and not even the what's, the to-dos of my priorities. It's the who, like God, my marriage, my family, you know, and all the other stuff kind of fills in, but I'm absolutely, my relationship with the Lord is number one, my relationship with my husband, and just making sure that we are communicating and intentional. And especially now in this crazy season, you know, we stuck it out together. Not stuck it out. That's not the right word. Stuck together.
You're stuck with me.
During that really stressful year. And now it's like, we just want to like have some sweet moments because we missed a lot in the last 6 months, you know?
Yeah.
And same, you know, with the kids, like, I don't know. It's just a bittersweet season right now, as we, you know, have a kid about to go off to college in the fall. And it is something that just a perspective shift.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to be grounded?
Being locked in my room and not getting my phone.
That's such a good answer.
Thank you.
And I would love to do that to you. See if you can handle it.
No, I would be banging on the door. Let me out. I can't leave my phone. Let me listen to a podcast, please. I won't even look at social media. I promise. Yeah. Just silence would drive that. Silence alone would drive me nuts.
I love silence.
Oh, you and Andrew can ride together, and Chris and I will chat the entire car ride.
No, Chris won't talk. He just wants music.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. I can live with music as long as he has good taste in music.
Oh, he does.
You
can't answer because this makes you uncomfortable.
Yes, it does. A lot of things make me uncomfortable. Tracy and I have recently God has given us a gift. He's given everybody a gift. I get that, but he has given our podcast a gift, and you'll have no idea how it is changing, making our podcast more enjoyable. Like we get to enjoy the things that we love to do, which is talking to, you know, women and sharing that, like, hey, we do not have this all together, and help us be better communicators of it.
Yeah.
But one of the things that it said on this topic as we were spinning this around was that it's being grounded is not, we think of it as being stagnant, like I am stuck somewhere, when really with God, it's being anchored in trust. And that sounds really cheesy to a certain extent, but then it's going, okay, like when it makes me think of a boat, hence anchor, duh. But when you're anchored in trust, the boat still moves on the waves, but it doesn't go far. It doesn't go outside of the scope of where the anchor wants it.
Yep.
Like where the anchor is planted. And I feel like that is where I'm at. Like I'm the boat, Jesus is my anchor, and I can just go back and forth the waves. Like now if I want to be real disobedient, I'll pull the anchor up and be like, come on, God, let's see what we got. And he's like, no. And then throws me overboard. But it's a balancing act. And while being a stay-at-home mom full time, or just a stay-at-home mom, used to be like bad.
You said just again.
I know, but I'm saying like when I used to introduce myself, and that's what I would always try to figure out a way to have some kind of other title or recognition before saying a stay-at-home mom. And also I'm very cognizant of it. I don't know if that's the right word, but when I'm asking other women what they do, and like, I don't want them to say just either.
Yeah. Do you think it's because you're ashamed of it? Like you're ashamed of the title? That's not like a direct question, but it's also like we expect more. Like that's what, we're women. We went to college. We're very smart. Like we should be more. Like, is that where it's like coming from? Because I think for a while I was that way. I haven't been that way forever. Like I think when they were all younger, and when I started working, like, I don't know, 12 years ago, 11 years ago when I started my network marketing business, I remember at the time it was like, I need something else to do because it's like, I'm supposed to.
I think part of it was that. I think for me, the starting and being part of network marketing for me was because I was so focused on the recognition and affirmation for exterior things rather than getting the affirmation and the recognition in the house.
Yeah. And Chris and I actually went through that a few years ago. And it was because being a mom is a thankless job. You know,
it totally is.
All the things that we do like are the unnoticed. And who notices? God.
I know.
But we sat for so long in the season of like, I wish someone would just appreciate me. I wish someone would just, what I do.
What's your love language?
My love language is, words of affirmation.
Yeah. So are mine. So when I am doing a task for my home that is supposed to be my world and where and there's a toddler that just screams at me all day. And then, but in the evenings, I can go and lead a Zoom of 15 women and help them, make more money for their family and show them like, hey, try this, or let's work on this verbiage and be a leader. And then people send me a message going, oh my gosh, that was a great training, Tori. Thank you so much.
Same.
Or so proud of you for, hitting that goal that you had set and can't wait to see you at the top and da, 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 da. And like, I'll take that all day long because that feels good.
Yeah.
But just the affirmation of when Andrew walks in the door, that his cortisol level drops. Like I don't take mental note of that.
So this is just a funny because, children, teenagers, like they just say whatever. And the other day I had cleaned.
All of your children just say whatever. Well, I love all of your kids. I do.
Clean the house. I do. Top to bottom.
Although there is one child of yours that I don't think I've heard her say whatever. Like of all the things, I mean, yes. But everybody else, yes.
Yeah. They'll just say whatever.
They do. They do.
But I had cleaned extra because we are still in the season of our basement being finished. And the dust is everywhere, so I'd really cleaned and lit the candle and the kitchen was clean. The kids walk in and they're like, what, the cleaning ladies come today? And I was like, first of all, no, I cleaned.
You're like, hey, I get credit for this one.
But I was also like, I'm always with my kids. I'm like, we have incredible cleaning ladies and they do such a good job. And I'm always like, so be so appreciative because they serve us and help us in a million ways. I was like, otherwise you'd be cleaning the toilets. But I just found it hilarious that it's like the words, it was appreciation and acknowledgement when they walked in, just not the way I would have loved to receive it.
How about on the flip side, when the cleaning ladies did come and then your husband comes home, and
the kids have already come home.
Yeah, and the kids have already come home.
You're like, you didn't walk in right after they were here. You missed it.
And he goes, were the cleaning ladies here at all? And you're just like, damn you.
Yeah. But the children came back home.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you need to show up as soon as they leave and enjoy that 15 minutes. And then that's it. We have dogs and children and nothing is ever, you know, but it goes back to like, you were telling me about the moments of like when you just something as simple as having the counter clean and that you light a candle. Your mom still lights a candle for you, even, you know, if you guys get in late Friday night. And that's just something that you remember. And but that's an affirmation for you. And that's just something as simple, you know, your kids are going to remember that. It's like you said, they smell home when they come through the door.
Yeah.
Mine smell dog, but
they like that too.
They like that too. So that being said, I highly recommend not waiting 10 years to figure this out.
Yeah.
Especially if you were of the impression that you needed to do something outside of the house and you are trying to chase something else, just be aware of the gift that God has given you. I wish I had known and had better gratitude for being able to marry a man and us being a single home income. And I wish I had taken better advantage of that and leaned into that more.
Yeah.
Versus what my own identity and thought process of, in order for me to be of value, I have to be of value with a paycheck.
Yeah, that's good.
Or a
really
status title. When really the best title that you and I could ever have is wife and mom. And it sounds completely cheesy because when I was younger, I wouldn't have believed you, you know, but it really is. It is the most fulfilling thing is raising kids and having a marriage that I want my kids to see as an example.
Look at you. There was some wisdom there. You are growing up. You are almost 40.
Wow, that Adderall today really worked.
I just want to say with this too, though, like there's always another side to this, and we're not avoiding it and we're not dismissing it. We know there's many homes that are 2-income homes. We know that there are many women who are not stay-at-home moms that are working, and God has you exactly where you're meant to be.
Yeah.
And our whole conversation around this is really just for the woman like me and like Tori that have struggled in chasing something more because we didn't think we were enough. We didn't think that we were the daughter of a king and that we weren't loved for who we were exactly as God made us, being mom and wife. We were given the gift to stay at home. Our husbands have never told us we had to work. It became a battle that we put in on ourselves and a fight that we fought, each one of us. And even when we started this podcast 4 years ago, we were both struggling a lot still with trying to do both, yet knowing God was calling us to this, and it being hey, we're going to do something and serve the Lord in this way, because we know until he shuts the door or turns off these microphones, this is where he has us, because we're not afraid to talk about really hard things, and we're not afraid to tell women that, hey, it really sucks when you feel this way, and it feels really great when you feel this way. We're not afraid to talk about it. But in that season, when we were transitioning, it felt like, well, but if we go and do this, we make a paycheck. But if we do this, we don't make a paycheck.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, anything that we do for the Lord is the gift is there, and the reward is
in heaven.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big crowns.
Yeah.
Big crowns in heaven. That's what I'm going for.
Hers going to be way sparklier than mine.
It is.
That's just because she's extra.
It is because I'm extra, very much extra. And one of the key takeaways here is that you don't have to chase the next thing, the next season, the next whatever it is to be in God's will. And that sometimes he is calling us to be patient, because he does have you exactly. I wouldn't have been able to grow my faith like I have and been able to have the confidence in some of the things that I am doing today if I didn't have the 10 years of working and the way that God used it and said, okay, I'm going to give this to you. I'm going to let you chase this. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like our disobedience is not without, and I won't even say, well, yeah, it is disobedient, but it's not without, like he blessed so much.
Yes.
So much. And he let me have, it was like almost like, I'm going to let you get this out of your system and you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. And thank you, Lord, that I'm at a stage where I'm almost 40 and I am figuring it out now, what he has for me. And that's my journey, right? That's not everybody else's journey. And like Tracy said, whatever your situation is, wherever God has you, we're encouraging you to do is just take stock of where God has you and go, am I fully planted in this moment exactly where God has me? Because there is no mistake where God has you, the season that God has you in, the chapter he has you on, the page that he has you on. And are you completely present in that versus, well, when I get X, when the kids get a little bit older, or I'll be, and believe me, it's a tug of war. Because don't you feel like, Tracy, as we get older,
you said that a few times.
I know, but as we get older, like our days are limited.
Well, and I think it's watching our kids grow up and becoming, adults for me too, like they're becoming, hey, you're like, well, I did my job. Like, this is really cool to see who these kids are becoming. And then like, holy crap, I really should have worked harder in that area.
But I think it's like it's not even that for me. It's like, I never want to be arrogant enough to think that tomorrow is promised. It's not.
Yeah.
I could walk out of my house and get hit by a bus.
Yeah. Well,
or a scooter.
Yeah.
More likely a scooter where I live. But that being said, I would convince myself of that's why I'm chasing something. But I don't have to chase anything to be in God's will.
Yeah.
If it's in God's will, I'm going to be indestructible until he calls me home. I will not go home to heaven a minute too soon or a minute late.
Yeah.
My timing will be perfect and it will be when I'm done. And he says, all right, time's up, Tor. Let's go. And I want to be ready for that, but I don't want to be looking so far in the future and going like, oh, I'll get to enjoy all of that, or think that I'm going to have this life and be so focused, like it'll come. It may never come. So I have to enjoy where I'm at now.
So you don't miss it.
So I don't miss it. Because if this is never for me, then that's never for me.
Yep. Present over perfect is Shauna Nyquist.
Oh, okay,
Living behind frantic for a simpler, more soulful way of living. I read that book years ago, and it's just funny that popped into my head today because it was in a season when I was like trying to be present, but trying to do all the things. It was in probably my mid-30s when I was reading it. And it was one of those where I was like, this is where I want to be. So I'm going to read about it this way versus just being and be still. And so we just want to leave you with that. Like, challenge yourself to just really stop, quiet down, and just say, God, what are you showing me in this season? Like, what do you want me to see? What do you want me to know? And what do you want me to trust in you? And it's hard, we know, but just keep asking because he's going to show you.
And instead of feeling like God has grounded you, see where you are right now as anchored.
That's good.
And hold on to his trust and faithfulness in that because he has got you. So I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That was pretty good. That was a serious episode for you. Can I just say that?
I know. I kind of feel like I need to end it with saying something funny or inappropriate. But
I'm just really proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can act like an adult sometimes.
You can.
It's great.
It just met my heart happy.
I'm good. This episode was for Tracy.
No, it was really for her, just so that she could admit things.
Yes. I mean, it would have been a lot better if I could.
This is my new favorite thing about our new approach with this podcast is like that just we're very unfiltered and we're very like therapeutic in saying things unplanned. And you did a very good job with that today.
Well, thank you. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing I could add to it is if I started to cry. I mean, that would be a 10.
Save that for next week.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
One day at a time. So, all right, housewives, we would love to invite you to our online community, our online living room, if you were. Our living room on the internet is the Unlikely Housewives community on Facebook. Hit join, answer 3 simple questions, get in the group. We would love to know what your thoughts are on this episode. And, do you feel planted? Do you feel like you are exactly rooted in where, or do you feel like you've been chasing something and that you're tired of chasing something? And then also share this episode with a friend, text it to a friend. That would be awesome. Hit like, subscribe, all the things, because you know what? That helps other mamas and other women who are worn out and exhausted and tired find us on all the podcast platforms. And you're just by sharing it with a friend, that's helping us, and you don't have to spend $1. So there you go. So that's your kind deal for today.
Yes.
Yes. So, all right. Until next time, housewives.
Bye.
Bye.
Whether we made you laugh or cry today, we pray you feel appreciated, bolder and braver than yesterday, stronger and more faithful for tomorrow, and living in who you were made to be today.
Join our online community on Facebook, link in the show notes, and be sure to review and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you enjoy listening. Until next time, housewives, we give you permission to walk confidently, free, and to be intentional in your slippers or stilettos.